Hey guys, this is Miss Middleton. Sorry I couldn't be with you this morning. Obviously life happens and you get doctor's appointments and you just take what you can get. So, today we're supposed to go over the review sheet number 2 that I gave you guys. So I'm going to go through as quickly as I can. I only really have 15 minutes on the screencast recorder thing. Hopefully it won't take longer than that, but if it does, you'll see a weird break in the video that I'll post to YouTube. So just work with me. I do want to point out that if you hate the review sheets that I'm giving as you go on, I do want to point out that there is on Schoology, under our Corona Out of School Time, our review folder, there is a APES review book for this year, and if I look at it, it has a ton. It's meant for a 6-week study plan. Obviously, we only have 4 more weeks until our test. So either way, this is still a good resource where it'll give you some information of how you could go about to study. So maybe this week you would do 15 to 30 minutes a day of studying. Next week you might move from 30 to 60 minutes, so on and so forth. All right. And it could tell you, it tells you what FRQs to practice, look over the notes from these units, look at ecology, spend extra time on these subjects. You can use Fast Track to a 5, chapter 9 and 10. That's only if you have that book. If you don't, there's still this Bozeman science videos that he goes through and he records. And then, of course, you can always use the AP YouTube channel to review. That would be helpful too. But this is really nice. It breaks down what the exam looks like, and then it gets into different practices. So, yeah, here's the topic outlines if you're not sure what to study for each thing. And then here's vocab words. It's really nice. Gives you practice FRQs. It's just really nice when it comes to, hey, where can I get all this information in one area, or I think I'm really weak in this area. This packet could be super helpful to you. All right, so I suggest using it. Let me know if you want me to go through and do answers from this with you. It is 56 pages. That's way intense, but hey, the more the merrier, okay? So let's flip over to what I had assigned. 3 consequences of global warming. I have them here. Oh, this is not the worksheet. Wait, is this the worksheet I signed? Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up my answer key over here. Okay, so looking back at our review sheet, the first thing it says is to list 3 consequences of global warming. One of them is going to be your sea level rise, right? So, come on, baby. Flooding, sea level rise. Another one that we could write down. Let me put it over here so it stops getting angry. You might have the degradation of food and water supplies. And if you think about that, that's going to be primarily because, again, sea level rise is going to change the water level. So you're going to have saltwater encroaching. Ooh, I don't know how to spell that. Coming into fresh water. You might have droughts. You might have, I don't know, more wildfires. So that kind of stuff. Don't like that. Stop. Okay. And then another thing would be there's going to be an increase in diseases, which is kind of scary to think about since, you know, we're in the middle of Corona. All right. And that's going to be primarily because as the earth warms, mosquitoes can survive outside of the normal range. They're going to be able to live in higher latitudes. Yeah, did not spell that right. Mosquitoes. There we go. List 3 things you could do to decrease the contribution of global warming. Improve energy efficiency. If we could do that, that would save all kinds of things. Walk or bike when able to. Save on your transportation. Let's get bigger again. Oh, that made that so angry. Come here. Ooh, that made it even angrier. Here we go. Walk or bike when able to. And then eat less meat. You might have some different things than what I have. That's something that you could email me about and say, hey, I wrote this down. Does this make sense? And yeah, there's tons of options. These are just some things that I had down. So, avoids methane, which you guys know is a greenhouse gas. And then obviously trucking the meat from one place to another is going to decrease CO2. So eat less meat, avoids methane, eat locally. That could be one. Less CO2 from carting it from one place to another. All right, greenhouse gases we all know of. CO2. I just threw one up there, methane. Water is actually a natural one. H2O. And nitrous oxide, so N2O. Ooh, O. If you've got nitrous oxide, which again comes from cars and stuff. Nitrous doesn't like it. Alright, use access to the right to draw the following. Draw a line representing the Earth's atmosphere. So as we get higher, what are the layers that we hit? Obviously, I'm not going to... We're going to do this in red. There's 4 layers, just as a refresher. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. They would probably look better if you could actually see them in real life. So this is going to be our troposphere. Label each layer and identify where the greenhouse effect occurs. And the ozone layer. Alright, so troposphere. Here we have weather. We just learned about bad ozone and how that can create smog. And this is where we're going to have your global warming. Can I enter? Yeah. Ooh, global warming. Alright. This layer, the layer above, is your stratosphere. Alright, this is where your good ozone is. And then we have the next layer, the mesosphere. You don't really need to know anything about that. It's where meteor showers take place. And then the thermosphere is where Earth's atmosphere is eventually going to peter out. Let me just draw really quickly. This is temperature as you rise from Earth's surface, temperature is going to decrease, then it's going to increase, it's going to get hotter because of the ozone here. It's cool off again. It's really cold. And then it's going to get stupid hot as you go out and you're not protected from radiation. All right. Agriculture, we didn't really talk about this. Don't know how necessary it is, but it is 12,500 years ago, approximately. So a man-made product is also known as anthropogenic. All right, human-made. We've talked a little bit about that. If you forget, I always think of anthropology and how that's the study of the humans. So, anthropogenic, human-made. All right. A molecular formula of ozone is O3. All right. In the box below, write out a series of chemical equations that illustrate the destruction of the ozone in the ozone layer. All right. So, ozone layer, that means we're starting with ozone. So let's do it. You're typically going to start with, well, the way to make this equal is I'm going to start with 2 oxygen molecules. Wish I could make that small. Make you little. Yeah, good enough. All right. Go back to 12. Oh my gosh. I have to go back and get that. What you're going to have is UV radiation is going to turn that into, oh, this is how it forms. Okay, hold on. So up in that layer, I should probably write formation. All right. You have to have UV light interacting with 3 oxygens, 3 regular oxygens that you're breathing in. All right. It's a natural interaction with sunlight. All right. So I don't know if I can make these smaller. Yeah. That way you know. Boom. Got 'em. Suckers. Just kidding. All right. And then let's move this. This isn't the formation. Why is it written like that? I don't like that. All right. Break down. Or you can have, so that's natural. And you just reverse it to form it. So ozone and regular oxygen are constantly in the ozone layer creating, being broken down, creating, being broken down. But you can also have it happen where UV radiation plus something, the chlorofluorocarbons, what's going to happen? Chlorofluorocarbons, there's obviously chlorine in that. When light hits the chlorofluorocarbons, one of the chlorines is going to pop off. The chlorine is like a serial dater. It wants to get with everyone. So it's going to try and get with an ozone molecule. And so it's going to snatch one of the oxygens off of, chlorine is going to snatch one of the oxygens. That's going to leave you with regular oxygen that you could breathe, plus ClO. And then what you have is an oxygen's going to come along and be like, yo, that's my girl or boy, whatever. And it's going to take it from the